All right, greetings, Matthews. This is Mrs. Mounts, and we are going to factor trinomials where the leading coefficient is other than 1. And this method is called slip slide. I think I was telling my students that my son teaches Algebra 2 here at East, and this is how he teaches it. So it's a pretty slick, kind of cool method. So the first thing we're going to do is just show you what you have to do in the crisscross, what numbers you're going to use from the trinomial. So the top is going to be A times C. Okay, so that's just the general rule that you're going to use. Okay, so put A dot C. The bottom is going to be the coefficient of the middle term. Okay, and then what's going to happen, you're going to use your factor pair chart. You're going to figure out your factors. You're going to get x plus or minus some number. Okay, so this is just in general terms. Okay, so just put, now that just means number, you know, that hashtag. But in math, usually math teachers use that for a number sign. And then what you're going to do with the numbers is you are going to divide by A. Okay, so it kind of seems, it's kind of unique, but that's what you're going to do. Now off to the side, you're going to write, I'm going to circle this, kind of a little note here. So the first thing you're going to do is simplify if needed. Okay, and again, when we get to our examples, you'll see what I mean by that. Little star asterisk here. If it doesn't divide evenly, slide A to the front. I'm just going to draw a little arrow there, okay? Now, sometimes it will divide out evenly, and we won't have to do that, okay? So this is called the slip and slide method. Okay, if you're watching the video, you can just pause, make sure you just get that all written down, okay? So that's going to be our rules. Okay, so let's go over example 1. I'll try to keep our rule here while we do number 1 here. Now, it might be easy for you just to go ahead and label ABC. Okay, so you know what everything is there. To get that top number, we're going to take A times C. 2 times 5 is 10. The bottom number is that coefficient of your middle term. What's the factor pair of 10 that adds and gives us 7? Factor pair of 10. 2 and 5. Okay, now over here, spread it out a little bit. You'll see what I mean. Now, what signs do both of these have to have? 2 times 5 is 10, but what do we have to do with the signs so that we get -7? They both have to be negative. Okay, -2 times -5. Remember, that's how we get the top. We add to get the bottom. Okay, so we're good. Now we're going to divide both of these constants by A. So 2 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2. Now we look. 2 divided by 2, can we simplify that? Absolutely. Okay, we make that 1. So one of our answers is x minus 1. Can we simplify 5 over 2 any further? No, I mean 1's common. So we are going to slide that 2 to the front, and then we just cross it out. So our other binomial is 2x minus 5. Now let's just check it. X times 2x, there's our 2x squared. The outer is -5x. The inner is -2x. There's our -7x. -1 times -5 is +5. So they're real easy to check to make sure that you've got it right. Okay, so hopefully we can just remember the rule as we do example 2. Okay, or you can look at top. I just can't show it as I'm sliding this down. First step, if you need to, just label it ABC. I think that helps. To get the top, if you look at your rule, it's A times C. 3 times 8 is 24. Coefficient of the middle term is negative 14. We need the factor pair of 24 that adds to give us 14. And they'll both have to be negative. And what's factor pair of 24 adds up to 14. 12 and 2. Okay, so it's going to be minus 12 minus 2. Okay, but we have to do that extra step. We're going to divide by the A. We're going to divide by 3. And then we're going to see if we have to simplify. Can we take 12 divided by 3? And that gives us 4. So one of our answers is x minus 4. Anything else we can do with 2/3. But we're going to slide the 3 to the front. 3x minus 2 will be your second binomial. And again, we can check it. X times 3x is 3x squared. Your outer is negative 2x minus 12x for your inner. There's our negative 14x. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Okay, so it's pretty slick. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Wyatt. Next one here. 6 times negative 12. Negative 72. Invisible 1 is going to be the bottom. Factor pair of 72, because this is a negative, factor pair of 72 that has a difference of 1. Look at your factor pair of 72, has a difference of 1. 8 and 9. Now, which one's positive? Which one's negative? We need positive 1. The bigger one's going to be positive. Smaller factor will be negative. We divide by 6. That's your A. Oh, and I forgot to label these, sorry. Visible 1. There we go. We can simplify these. What's common with 8 and 6? They're both even, right? So we're going to divide both of these by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. We're going to slide the 3 to the front. 3x minus 4. That would be one of our binomials. Now, how about 9 and 6? What's common there? 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then make sure you cross it out. We're going to have to slide. Slide the 2 in front. Now let's check to make sure it works. 3x times 2x, there's our 6x squared. Our outer would be plus 9x. Inner is negative 8x. Add those together, you get 1x. Negative 4 times positive 3 is negative 12. Okay, so pretty slick if you can just kind of follow along those rules there. Alrighty, go ahead and get that glued in.